Okay, so what happens next? We just heard about the CEO. I mean, people are talking about it.
Yeah. It's the kiss cam moment seen millions of times online. 2 Coldplay concert goers caught canoodling.
Jumbotron's kiss cams at big events. You never know what you might uncover.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed, are Coldplay lyrics that very much apply to the most unhinged cheating scandal caught in 4K. And no, I'm not talking about JoJo Siwa and Chris Hughes.
Imagine that wasn't chocolate licky, you freak.
I'm talking about an even bigger cheating scandal, if you can imagine. I'm sure you've all seen the videos at this point.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what?
So picture this, if you dare. You've been hooking up with your married boss for weeks, embroiled in a secret corporate affair that threatens not only your marriages, but your intimately intertwined careers. To celebrate your successful covert cuddling that is a terrible, terrible decision, you attend a romantic Coldplay concert where you can certainly be lost in the crowd and the shame of breaking your vows can just wash over you like a cold plunge of Chris Martin's poetic lyricism. When suddenly, faster than you can say you're fired, your secret moment is plastered on the stadium's Jumbotron, and suddenly the delusional fantasy you've been keeping up is met with the 4K reality of truth. Consequences meet actions. Do you play it off cool? Do you kiss in front of the thousands of people recording? Or do you shockingly hide your face, crouch down, and pray no one was quick enough to capture the most exposing moment of your life? The most universal meme on the internet right now is far more sus than it first appears, because beneath the shock and awe are 2 married C-suite executives from one of the world's leading AI startups who were caught cuddling on a kiss cam as Chris Martin and thousands of concert goers looked on in stunned silence.
Either they're living in a fair or it's very sharp.
Seriously, when I talk about how to end your career in 7 seconds, this might be the biggest example we have had yet. The footage quickly spread from thousands to millions to probably tens of millions, becoming one of the most viral videos in recent memory. And the fallout was anything but all yellow, because what followed was one of the most sus and high-stakes public cheating scandals to unfold in recent history, with consequences that ripple into the billions of dollars and an unfortunate appearance by Gwyneth Paltrow. Because God knows we need more appearances by Gwyneth Paltrow, Miss Goop herself.
Okay, we're gonna play a game. Brad or Ben? It'll be fun. Okay.
Brad.
No. I didn't even ask a question.
Oh, I thought that was the question. Brad or Ben?
But first, oh hi, hello, it's Swoop, and welcome to the dark waters of the Suspool, the place where everything and everyone is sus, maybe even us. Come on in, the water's fine. Welcome back, Suspirians. I hope you have your front-facing camera on. We're going to throw a few of you on the Suspool Jumbotron right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Thankfully, we're not in a public stadium, so you're safe for now. But if someone were to project your current situationship to 70,000 people, would it be a cute kiss cam moment or a life-altering controversy? Or would it just be sad, sad tears of being single? Now, if you're new here, welcome to my second channel. On my main channel, Swoop, I do full-length deep dives, and over here, we don't. We dip. We skinny dip into the dark waters of the Suspool where everything is unhinged. Okay, so welcome. Well, this is the chaos of my brain. Oh, join me. If you're into mind-bending, sometimes dark, sometimes twisted tales, subscribe to this channel, bring a towel, tell your friends, and go ahead and put the like button on blast, okay? Put her on the big screen. See if she gives you a squeeze or a punch in the gut. Also, join us on Patreon. We have an incredible Patreon community where you can get exclusive access to 4 more videos per month, plus the entire back catalog of videos. Yes, I am not kidding. And it's all of my unfiltered, uncensored content where literally anything goes. It's all the stuff that I can't post here on the platform. Also, just so you know, I do have a finally a brand new deep dive Swoop doc out on my main channel. I was away for 2.5 months from posting on that channel, and I have a brand new one. It is such a fascinating deep dive. We go into the JoJo Siwa story, but I pulled out some research and information and investigated someone in this story who is an absolute monster that I just do not think was being covered well in the press. And we also get into the trad wife conversation of it all. So it would mean so much if y'all would click and watch that. It absolutely terrifies me taking long periods of time between posting. The platform, the algo is not very nice to creators when we take time away. And I had to take this time away. So it would mean so much to me if you would give that a click and a watch and maybe even drop a comment on there and engage with it. It would just be such a huge, tremendous help. And I've been working so hard on all of the content. Okay, Suspirians, we're gonna dip into the story, but real quick, I have a question. Don't you just love when one of your favorites comes back even better than ever? From Queen Beyonce's return tour, to Lady Gaga's new album, to Lindsay Lohan's best era ever. I live for the remix. And this July, guess who's back and better than ever? I mean, besides me, of course. I'm talking about Raycon's fan favorite, the Everyday Earbuds classic model, now packing active noise cancellation, and I am obsessed. So a huge thank you to Raycon for sponsoring this video. Y'all know I love Raycon, and they've been a tremendous supporter of our community. And thank you so much for all of you who continue to check out Raycon, which is a great way to get something amazing for yourself or a friend, and encourages Raycon to keep sponsoring so we can keep the lights on around here. Y'all know how much I love my Raycon Everyday Earbuds. I have gushed about them forever. Like, no joke, my Raycons go everywhere with me. I have like 4 pairs. Look how cute. Look how cute those are. I keep a set at my desk, in my backpack, in my gym bag, at the studio. And Raycon just brought back their iconic Everyday Earbuds classic, like I've got here with the beautiful colors, which now features active noise cancellation, literally the only thing that they were missing. And when I tell you the way this active noise cancellation tunes out all of the most chaotic noise around me and helps me focus, honey, it is such a game changer. And when you pair all of that with the 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery, literally you could just leave them in your ears. Like I use mine all the time, and I feel like I never have to charge them. A big part of my morning routine is listening to my favorite podcasts and YouTube videos while I clean up my place, and I just grab my Everyday Earbuds classics. And seriously, the vacuum, the dishwasher, the neighbors, no match for my active noise cancellation. I wear mine when I'm editing, going on walks, at the gym, when I'm at a coffee shop, listening to podcasts. It's like everything around me just melts away. I don't know what I would do without my Raycons. And these are hands down the most comfortable earbuds I have ever worn. Like every other brand that I've tried, and I have tried so many in the past, they would hurt my ears after just like 30 minutes, but not these babies. They have these optimized gel tips that fit just like little pillows in my ears. They never fall out, and I don't even notice that I'm wearing them. And their audio quality rivals all the big audio brands at half the price. So join me on a journey to quiet the chaotic noise of life. Go to buyraycon.com/swoop2 to get 20% off fan favorite Everyday Earbuds classic, sponsored by Raycon. Again, go to buyraycon.com/swoop2 TOO to get 20% off Everyday Earbuds classic, and treat yourself, honey. You deserve it. Okay, let's dip in to the Suspool. On July 16th, 2025, beneath a sky full of stars at Gillette Stadium in Boston, British band Coldplay of Viva La Vida fame paused, well, I guess they're more famous for just that, but you know, they paused their concert for their usual Jumbotron rounds. It's like where they do, you know, like they like go and spotlight iconic and like romantic fans in the crowd, you know, as lead singer Chris Schmoozy Martin serenades them, you know, it's real cute. It's real like, oh, hey, Chris is singing to us. This is, let me get my close-up ready.
Well, look at my beautiful sisters. Oh, look at them both waving hello.
Everything seemed like a normal, wholesome celebration at first. The camera panning across, you know, birthday kings and loving couples capturing sweet moments for their, you know, entire stadium to see. When suddenly things quickly belly flopped into a Suspool cold plunge as the Jumbotron uncovered a, like, have you ever seen like these old episodes of the show called Cheaters? It is so unhinged. That show is like so absolutely deranged. Let's see how bad the secondhand embarrassment really is.
Now what we'd like to do is say hello to some of you. The way we're going to do that is using our cameras. So if you look at the screens, we're going to come looking and see who's out there to say hello to.
Like literally, he did give an ample warning that now we're going to have our cameras going around and saying hello to some of you. So like maybe that would be your opportunity to be like, you know what? We're doing something super shady. We're doing something really scandalous. Maybe we just set this one out. You know what? I feel like, babe, you know what, babe? I feel like I need to get a drink. I need a refill. I'm gonna go get a refill real quick, you know? Not that I'm not trying to give you pointers on how to cheat, but listen.
Let's go looking, please, for the first person to come up on the big screen. Hey, can you make me wanna sing? What a sexy young king! Oh, happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh, he just writes lyrics on the spot. Sexy young king, happy birthday. I love that.
Keep going, baby. Let's keep going. Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean you freak out and then you turn around? I need to freeze frame on her face. We're gonna take this frame by frame. Look at them. They are in an entanglement, okay? Jada Pinkett could never. They are so intertwined. Whose arms are whose? They are having a good ass time. All of a sudden it's about to click. It's about to click. What the just happened? You just got caught, literally in 4K.
Oh.
He's got this look of like the terror is about to completely wash upon him. She's still a little, the shock is about to wash over her, but he's like, and there it is, immediate shame. What do you mean we're ducking and dodging? We're bobbing and we're weaving through the gates of shame. Okay, what do you mean? But like the way he melts into oblivion, watch this. Look at him, he's just like, I'm just going to go tie my shoe now. Oh, I dropped some gum on the floor. I need to pick it up. Just literally disappears. And then listen to what Chris Martin says.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Can you imagine Chris Martin? This man is smart, okay, but he's not that smart. He had no idea. He hasn't met these people. Could you imagine if he was in on it, actually? Oh my gosh. Ooh, conspiracy theory. Don't run with that, but conspiracy theory. Chris Martin knew. He knew about the affair. Chris, listen, I need us to do a favor. Maybe Chris is a backer, one of the $1 billion backers of the company. And they're like, hey, so we're trying to get rid of this guy out of the company. And he's having an affair. So can you just do these little Jumbotron and put them on the screen and then just have a little thing and then like a little just blah. I am living for this person in glasses. I am living for their joy because they have no idea what is happening and they have no idea that their joy and that this face will be experienced by hundreds of millions of people around the world. And that's wild.
She suggested we have some form of physical contact with each other. So
if that was my partner doing this to me and I saw this, don't you dare think you're coming back into this house. Do not let your brain cells electrify to try to make electromagno things between, I don't know how the brains work, but do not let the nerve endings fire off to even begin to think that it's going to try to formulate the thought that you're coming back into this damn house. You got one brain cell left, do not waste it on thinking you're coming back home. But literally, I think like the general consensus is if they had literally reacted in any other way than complete embarrassment and guilt. I don't even know, this isn't even shame, this is guilt. They're not even feeling shame. They're just feeling, I got caught I'm going. Like, if they had reacted in literally any other way, this would very likely not have been posted online. If they had reacted literally in any other way, if they had just like continued to hug and just been like, because these people don't know. These people don't know that they're having an affair. So if they had just run with it, they wouldn't be in the cesspool right now. I mean, morally in life, they'd be in the cesspool, but you know what I mean. They wouldn't be on a Swoop 2 video right now. So the TikTok comment section, which honestly is more like a public branch of the FBI at this point, so we'll call it the PUFBI, the PUFBI, Puff BI, that doesn't make it, who cares, okay? All right. The Puff BI found out where the Pub BI, why do I keep trying? They found out who these people were because that's what the internet has a way of doing. And we'll get into how maybe we need to dial it back a little bit, but they found out who these people were. And then they found out that they were cheating on their spouses. And once that information was out, they did not hold back. When does the internet ever hold back on anything? My favorite comment is from Z Arsenics, who said, and I quote, "Coldplay hasn't made a single in years. Last night, they made 2. It's not funny, but it's funny. But it's not funny, but it's funny. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't funny. At the end of the day, it's not funny, but also it's like, it was so absurd and so ridiculous. And like, there is so much nonsense going on in the world right now. Just like literal, absolute destructive chaos happening literally everywhere we turn around. What do you mean release the files? What are we talking? There's so much stuff happening that I almost feel like, and this is weird to say, but the world just collectively needed to laugh. And this happened to be the thing that happened. I really think that it was just like this perfect shitstorm of like, oh no, we cannot take any more tension anymore. We need to have a giggle or we will all literally just everyone will self-destruct spontaneously. And so this was the moment. But like, just look at this new angle that more recently came out. These two weren't exactly blending into the crowd like you'd expect a pair of cheaters to maybe try and do. Although, who's really thinking they're gonna be on a Jumbotron? If you got the balls to be taking your affair out like in public, like Ned wife guy style.
My wife.
Then like, you shouldn't have expected it to be private. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. It's no wonder you were photographed in such
Literally,
a
this is so wild. Like, what do you mean? They're just sitting there just enjoying arm in arm this brand new, they would look like a new relationship, you know what I mean? Like when you're literally like, honey, I need to have my arms around you all the time because I just like you so much. And then like you've been dating for like, several years and you're like, I don't need to have my arms around you all the time, okay? Like stay in love, friends. Someone had this angle and is just zooming in. It almost feels like a setup. Like, what if someone was just like, oh, I know, and I know they're cheating, and I'm just gonna wait, and I'm gonna tell the Jumbotron, ooh, conspiracy theory. Not true, but honestly, okay, listen, I had a Coldplay moment, but they're definitely not my favorite band by like any stretch. I'm much more of I love Muse, I love Primus. Like I listen to stuff that probably most y'all don't think that I would. I literally doubt anyone knows Les Claypool, but I just saw a Les Claypool Primus show and it was very good. But I will say, I did get into Coldplay for like one album and it was like years after that album had come out. That's kind of the way I move. I will discover music years after it's come out. I don't know why it's always like that, but it's always like that. And Coldplay was no exception. I don't even remember the name of the album, but it's like the album where there's like a song that he sings with Beyonce, or she like very loosely sings on a, got me feeling drunk and it's great. It's a great song. And so whatever album that song is on, that's the album that I listen to. But maybe the funniest thing, and this is such a shady ass dig. I was at a shoot for some beauty thing. They were talking to me like while I was getting my makeup done, and they were talking to me about like, oh, what music are you listening to? And I was like, oh, I just started listening to Coldplay. And she looked me dead in my optic stems and said, Coldplay? Oh, how pedestrian. Can y'all imagine? I cannot fathom a worse insult to an artist than, oh, how pedestrian. Back to the story. When we look at this objectively, they were an especially perfect pick for the Jumbotron. Even Jumbotron experts agree.
This guy knows. He ran a kiss cam at Capital One Arena in Washington for 14 years.
Why do you think that couple was chosen?
If I was directing that show, I would have put them up in a heartbeat. The body language that they were showing and the shot there, it's a good-looking couple. He's got his arms around her. I would have done it 10 times out of 10.
Jumbotron expert kind of career goals, I'm just saying. But as I'm sure you know, if you've been to a concert in, I don't know, like the past decade, that also means a possibility of 70,000 camera phones, you know, just out and just like capturing every moment. And one fan in particular, Instagrace, posted the now infamous clip that would not only rack up TikTok views equivalent to nearly 2,000 sold out Gillette stadiums, but also cause the downfall of a tech empire. I mean, her clip didn't. She didn't cause it. They obviously, clearly, you're gonna be cheating in these public streets. Someone might find out, and actions, consequences, they might meet each other at a coffee shop, you know what I mean? Now, TikTok user Instagrace posted this moment to her account with the caption, "Trouble in paradise," not knowing the extent of how much trouble this viral moment was truly about. What the f is going on? Not even Susan would do something this unhinged, right? No, you wouldn't. So this video gained 127 million views over 6 days, 127 million views. Just this one version of this video. That's literally more views than Coldplay's current Spotify monthly listener count. And they are literally the 6th most listened to globally on Spotify. So take that, pedestrian.
I could have never guessed that it would be such high-profile individuals in the video. I do feel sorry for their partners and spouses that they had to find out this way.
Do you think if they had not tried to hide, Coldplay would have moved on?
100%. I think if they acted natural, no one would have thought twice. What a cute couple. I mean, I'm sure people in their inner circle might have caught something, but I definitely wouldn't have posted that video if the reaction wasn't the way that it was.
So while the sus-crossed lovers caught on camera may not have been used to having their extramarital affair being watched by millions, which, you know, can we have a moment? I just need to have a moment for the absolute unhinged levels that the internet has reached just out here, kind of doxing people from jumbotrons. I just, you know, like there's all these accounts where it's like people will film like, you know, people doing like obnoxious things and then they will post it and they'll be like, find this person. And it's like, or maybe we should be careful about doing that. Like maybe we should just not be like so freely just like doxing absolutely everyone all the time. Now, no one is safe from the puff BI. Now, even though this couple wasn't used to being on loop on millions of phones, they were certainly no strangers to millions of dollars, because as it turns out, these two are both C-suite executives. You know, they're the top of the C-suite, the CEO, the CFO, they got all the C titles. They're both C-suite executives at a major tech startup called Astronomer AI. What do you know? AI not so good for your health. Dear Suspirians, allow me to introduce you to the latest Suspool Bachelor and Bachelorette, uncovered by the international research conglomerate TTCS. That's the TikTok comment section. Andy Byron, who we've got, Andy Byron, come on down, the CEO, and Kristen Cabot, who he hired months earlier, literally months earlier. What do you mean this is the most disastrous 7 seconds you could have ever done to both of your careers? But he hired her months earlier for the role of Chief People Officer, or as the position's more basically known, the HR lady, the HR department, adjacent to the billing department, AKA my cats. Yeah. That's right, Suspirians. The Coldplay cheating couple wasn't just your average marriage story of two people essentially stabbing their spouses in the back with the ultimate betrayal. These two lovebirds were business partners working together very, very closely, and then closer, and then way too close. What are we doing, Andy? Back the up, Andy. Sorry. Okay. They were working closely, even intimately, as you could say, to run a company with a $1 billion valuation. In this economy, $1 billion value. What do you mean? What do you mean you're running $1 billion company and you're doing this? Why? Why are we? You got $1 billion valuation. Why? Why?
We secured $93 million to really do two things primarily. One is continue to invest in research and development, and the other is expand globally. We think there's a really big opportunity for us to be a global company.
While the CEO, Andy, was probably having the most awkward HR meeting in history, the media picked up on the viral tea. Quick isn't even the word for how fast this just went everywhere.
Okay, so what happens next? We just heard about the CEO. I mean, people are talking about it.
It's the kiss cam moment seen millions of times online. Two Coldplay concert goers caught canoodling.
So a moment like this is the ultimate internet fodder.
The first 2 seconds that this couple was on the kiss cam looked a lot like Titanic VHS tape 1.
That's when kiss cams go wrong. That now viral moment from a Coldplay concert sparking an online frenzy.
Like literally, this is the biggest cheating scandal to hit the internet since wife guy Ned. You remember, that from the Try Guys.
My wife. My wife. My wife. My wife. My wife. My wife.
Hope you're well, babe.
My wife. My wife. My wife. My wife.
Or like y'all remember Beyonce's Lemonade situation? We'll call that Lemongate.
What you truly want, I can wear her skin over mine.
But this wasn't just a public spectacle for the cheaters. And there are people who are obviously much more impacted. Basically the two unknowing spouses in the marriages whose deepest betrayal was seen by millions. Or maybe all of the employees who may or may not have suspected that their HR department was sleeping with their boss so they couldn't effectively take any grievances out that they may have had about their boss to HR without fear of a conflict of interest. Those people, as you can imagine, two of the biggest leaders in this company canoodling is nothing short of basically a legal nightmare for everyone involved. I mean, they would have to have like the most explicitly detailed things in the HR handbook about like the CEO shall be able to date the HR person and you are well aware of knowing and consent. I'm trying to figure out a way of how could they write this into it? Because, obviously there are companies that are led where the CEO is married to, I don't know, the CFO or something. That is a thing that exists out there in the world and that happens. And there's lots of people who are in relationship partnerships, who are in business partnerships, and they have a team of people behind them. This whole other situation.
The first thing I would do if I was a lawyer with that company or working for that company is I would have that woman sign something that said that there was no sexual harassment. Because when high-powered people, especially, even not so high-powered, but especially when high-powered people who have that much access and that much power are engaged in a relationship, the biggest risk for the company is if one of them later turns around and says that that relationship was not consensual. Because there's already proof that they were engaged in a personal, intimate relationship. So if she adds on to it, by the way, I felt coerced into doing that because he was my boss, they're pretty fucked. So the first thing I would do is have her sign something that says there's no sexual harassment, this was all consensual, or consenting adults. I hereby, waive and release any rights to sexual harassment claims that I might have. Everyone who works in that, it looked like people already knew. Everyone who works in that office has been saying over the course of the last 24 hours, I fucking knew that the two of them were in there deciding all the things that were going to happen to us.
I remember when I was watching this, I was like, this guy, but this was before this happened, and I was telling someone on the team, I was like, this guy's going to resign. He's going to resign, and it's going to be a resignation. He's not going to get fired. They're going to have to give him the option of a resignation because that will play out better in the corporate ecosystem for them than it will them just firing him. You know what I mean? He needs to voluntarily step down and look like he's doing the right thing for the company. If they have to fire him, whole other mess. So let's look at this resignation announcement. Quote, as stated previously, Astronomer is committed to the values and culture that has guided us ever since our founding. Our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability, and recently that standard was not met. Why do I feel like there is a chance that someone else at that company knew this was going on? It's just hiding inter-office relationships or relationships, as this one might be, is not necessarily an easy thing. I always feel like someone like senses something's going on. You know what I mean? Let's continue. Andy Byron has tendered his resignation. It sounds so gentle. He's tendered. It's so tender. He's tendered his resignation, and the board of directors has accepted, as if it was gonna go. Listen, they told him, bitch, you resigning, okay? You're either getting fired and then we got to go down all that stuff, or you're resigning. Go ahead and resign and we'll accept. The board will begin a search for our next chief executive as co-founder, and chief product officer Pete DeJoy continues to serve as interim CEO. Before this week, they are pissed. What do you mean? We had a good rep. Before this week, we were known as a pioneer in the data ops space, helping data teams power everything from modern analytics to production AI. While awareness of our company may have changed overnight, oh my gosh, are you kidding? Our product and our work for our customers have not. We're continuing to do what we do best, helping our customers with their toughest data and AI problems. XOXO astronomer. Man, as despicable as cheating so publicly is, I mean, cheating in general, don't do that. Like, if you want to be with like multiple people, just have a conversation and have an open relationship if your partner is comfortable and okay with that. Have a healthy communication there. Not only was his affair seen by as many people as the entire country population of Mexico, but his resignation tweet also racked up over 1 million views too. Damn! And it's just like, you know, the general sentiment is going to be, if you're capable of cheating on your spouse and betraying your spouse, and not just doing it like, not that like one style of cheating is worse than another, because it's all just really effed up, but like, think about it. Cheating where it's like, you know, in like the teeny tiny privacy of like, I don't know, you get some, what do people do? What do people do when they cheat? Do they get like hotels? Is that a thing? They do, I don't even, they're in the closet at the office space, right? After hours, all the employees left and like in the closet. There's like that element. Awful. But then there's also being so brazen with your cheating that you take it. Number one, you go to like a big concert together, and I would imagine your spouses probably would have enjoyed going to that concert with you. And I'm guessing that they were probably like, oh no, it's a business thing, if they even told them about the concert, right? But like, imagine just parading it in front of everyone in the public. You know what I mean? That's like another layer to the betrayal onion, in my opinion. But wait, Suspirians, there's more for Andy, because it turns out people were actually betting on whether or not he was going to make it through this scandal unscathed or not.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Just when I thought the world couldn't get any more crypto bro-centric, TheStreet.com reported that, quote, polymarket traders have so far bet more than $2 million in this economy, $2 million on Byron being out as astronomer CEO by next Friday. 99% of the polymarket traders bet on him not surviving the episode, and it turns out they were right. Well, I mean, I think everyone could make that. That was the easiest bet in the world. But just like imagine if you're in this world, and I know none of y'all would do this, but just, you know, we're playing like we're in an alt dimension. We're in an alternate universe, right? Where you would like cheat on your partner, and imagine that there were people making money off of your infidelity. I mean, people other than your spouse in the divorce when they take half. But like, I don't know, man, someone check in on this dude, because his wife shouldn't have to anymore. However, maybe the HR lady he was holding so tightly, maybe Kristen's checking in on him? I don't know, maybe, because as it turns out, they both seem to have cleared their schedules. Quote, a rep for Astronomer tells TMZ that Kristen is no longer with Astronomer. She's resigned. So, double resignation. Look at that. Shocking. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person.
With these two resignations. Kristen and Andy's company is definitely saving a bit more than, 50 pounds per person. They're saving the face card, honey, and that card never declines. Unless you're Andy, of course, or Kristen. You are a grown-ass adult, okay? Grown-ass adult. If you're going to have an open relationship, fine. Open relationships work for so many different couples, but you do have to communicate that with your partner. It's not open if, the only person that you talk to about it is yourself in your head, as you lay your guilty ass to bed each night next to your partner that you just betrayed because you didn't have that open conversation and they weren't equally on board with it. But to play devil's advocate, and I mean literally the devil, like actual Satan and hell devil, I think one crooked silver lining here, a little silver lining. I am trying, y'all. This is what I try to do. Maybe one little devilish silver lining here is that at least both of them are golden bachelors, and this wasn't some outrageous intern, like super young intern meets much, much older CEO boss situation, because then that's a whole other dynamic that could potentially get a lot darker. I think this was just, the old-fashioned, we just fuck outside the marriage kind of thing. But, in a time when the upcoming or was not going to be and then is a Golden Bachelor, the TV show Golden Bachelor, a 66-year-old man named Mel Owens, who is saying that he won't date anyone over the age of 60, which is hilarious. I love awful men.
Ask me, what's your preferences? So I just said 45 to 60. just being honest, right?
Yeah, sure.
Or, there's famous actors, Leonardo DiCaprio, cough, who refuses to date anyone over the age of 25. It's worth noting that Andy is 50 and Kristen is 56. So at least I don't have to, add the whole massive creepy age gap thing to the conversation, right? Okay, y'all, listen, I tried to do the devil's advocate thing, okay? Even I'm gagging, okay? I'm gonna leave all of that there. But, maybe they have a bright future as contestants on the next season of The Golden Bachelor. Who knows? I wouldn't put it past that show. Honestly, I would, with everything that I know about these reality shows, I wouldn't put it past them for casting one or both of these people just for the ratings, because honestly, people would actually tune into that. Even if they're hate watching, I'm sure the ratings will be fantastic. And what makes this even more of a, Jim and Pam from hell romance is both of these grown ass people have families who have had to deal with the unrelenting consequences of their actions.
Oh, judgment is nigh, for the Belschnickel ist I.
Now, obviously, this was a huge pop culture moment that has gripped the globe, so we're going to talk about it because we talk about moments like this. But I also don't think that it's necessary to just air out all of the intricate private family details to fully capture the scope of this corporate cold plunge catastrophe. But we're going to have at least a dip, just a little pinky toe dip into the public personal fallout surrounding these two chief executive cheaters. For instance, Andy's wife, who he shares 2 kids with, she quickly scrubbed her last name from all social media pages. Yeah, we're gonna drag the cheating spouse. This man is trash. What do you mean you're cheating on your wife and your family? What do you mean you're doing it with someone at the company? What do you mean you're flaunting her at a concert? You're trash. Dude, you're trash. So you're gonna get dragged. That's why it became such a public thing. But we still refocus and understand that this is going to be difficult for the spouses, right? Sometimes your partner does the little things and you just, it's you pick it up on, the little hairs, they little stand up, the little trust alert signals are out there and they're I don't know. I'm not saying just go out there and just don't, believe your partners on things, but also sometimes you get a gut feeling and you just kind of know. And women, we got intuition, babe, we got intuition. Now, thankfully, reports indicate that she got her things and got out of there. According to the Daily Mail, she has been, and I'm going to redact some of the info here. So his wife had several family members, including her older sister, rush to her side after footage of her 50-year-old husband canoodling with his top HR exec, Kristen, at a Coldplay concert went viral last week. She fled their $1.4 million home in, I'm going to redact the location, and has been trying to keep a low profile at their luxury property in new location, 106 miles away. So, I mean, listen, escaping one multi-million-dollar estate to go to another multi-million-dollar estate tells me that, you know, there's hopefully there's money there. Okay, so listen, girl, I don't know who brought home the more bacon, if it was the equal bacon, maybe she brought home more bacon than he did, I don't know. But I do know he brought home busted and dusted bullshit. So take half, girl, get your half, and I hope you find some peace.
Good one, Sean. Would you go to f***ing school? If that asshole hadn't cheated on me, I would be on your stupid ass show.
Another thing that's cooking is a divorce. And according to TikTok divorce attorney Jenny Hutt, the state the wife is in a fault-based divorce state. So, yeah, get your half.
Massachusetts has both fault and no fault divorce. I've been mostly worried about the aggrieved spouse in this situation. How painful this must be to have her marriage blown up in front of really the world. But I'm comforted in knowing that she does have real legal remedies available to her. She could bring forth a fault-based divorce action. And while this won't mitigate her pain, it might make her able to have a better outcome in the settlement.
As for the HR department, HR lady Kristen, she also has a marriage that's on the rocks in more ways than one. Because while her husband has stayed, you know, largely silent, which he obviously has the rights to, a lot has come out about his elite rum company, and you're not going to believe this. According to the New York Post, quote, the allegedly jilted husband touted his family lineage as the 6th generation owner of the long-standing rum brand founded by the original Andrew Cabot. The family fortune has spanned generations and was estimated at $200 million in 1972. $200 million in 1972. My gosh, a New York Times profile of the family. That's a $15.4 billion in 2025. $15.4 billion human dollars in this economy? You up $15.4 billion plus your family, which is more important, plus your dignity for this man? For this? To have this moment at a Coldplay concert. This is what you chose? This?
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
And apparently this family she was married to are local legends. Quote, the family is so well known, it's said locally that they speak only to God. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, okay.
It's like, is HBO getting all of this? Like, who has secured the book deal? I know someone's got the book rights out here because you know something is going to be coming and no one's going to read it, but still, something's going to happen here.
I love you.
Uh-huh. Great. Thanks.
And some, might I add, maybe questionable pics of Kristen have come out recently of her not wearing a wedding ring in her front yard, sparking speculation of separation and divorce for her as well. Okay, chin up, Kristen. In the wise worlds of Miley Cyrus, it certainly seems like you can buy yourself flowers and stay out of other people's marriages, please. Now, you know who I think we're all forgetting to check on in this situation? Chris Martin of Coldplay, who happily continued his tour, but with a new twist, a fair warning to fans before the kiss cam goes up.
We'd like to say hello to some of you in the crowd. How we're going to do that is we're going to use our cameras and put some of you on the big screen. So please, if you haven't done your makeup, do your makeup now. This is the way we're going to get to say hello to some of you.
And one of the best parts about this whole sus mess is that, like I mentioned earlier, it has become one of the biggest memes in recent history. And honestly, again, I really think that's because collectively, with everything going on in the world, there's so much effed up stuff going around globally that the world just needed to exhale and to just take it out with a laugh somewhere, and this is where it landed. There have been so many memes of people recreating the infamous duck and cover of shame on jumbotrons across the nation. Oh my gosh. No. Y'all, when you have like literal sports mascots that are memeing your infidelity, you done f***ed up in the worst possible way. Literally everyone. Nah. Oh my gosh. Wait, how is she dressed? Why is she a Disney princess right now? What's going on that you're dressed like a Disney princess? That looks fun and you have a mascot? What is going on? What is this couple? Who are these people? What do you mean? I am confusion, but I like it. That's funny. That's funny. That's really funny. No, like literally everyone is doing that. I guarantee you there must have been, oh, and then they kiss to make sure that, no, we're not having an affair. We're not having an affair. We kiss. Oh my gosh. No, not a commercial. This is not a jet. Come on. What do you mean an airline made a commercial, the quickest escape after a Coldplay concert from Boston to Hawaii? No. The internet. Even Stephen Colbert used the meme to call out the Paramount Donald Trump settlement for sus sakes.
These two. Uh-oh.
And then you've got Governor Gavin Newsom who did this.
When you try your best but you don't succeed.
Listen, I'm gonna go back to minding my business, y'all. This is why we can't have nice things. Actually, you know what, now that I think about it, I'm gonna try right now. I'm gonna try the Jumbotron with one of the bills from the billing department.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two.
Now, wouldn't you know, just when I was getting ready to pour myself a glass of wine and truly mind my nosy ass business, as if I ever do that, but I was gonna do it for a few minutes, okay? Just when we thought this suspool couldn't get any more sus, OnlyFans has entered the chat, because of course they have, with a bunch of adult creators, including the Suspool, Swoop pool, actually that's the Swoop main channel, very own Camilla, claiming that Andy allegedly has a record of, quote, over $250,000 on subscriptions, custom content, and video calls with multiple OnlyFans creators, many of whom she says were affiliated with her influencer mansion. Not the Bop House. No, please, okay, I can't. Please, I can't. I'm begging. I cannot take anymore. I cannot take any more of this. Okay, I'll keep reading. Camilla, who co-founded the Miami-based Bop House, says that she privately reached out to Andy's wife, Redacted, offering her support as the scandal continues to unfold online. Quote, I reached out to Redacted's wife, name, directly through a few of my contacts. I told her she's not alone. What do you mean directly through your contacts? How do some of your contacts have... What is the world? Okay, I'm minding my business. I am minding my business. I am minding my business. I told her she's not alone. True, she's not alone. Actually, a lot of people have been cheated on, and this is not new, and it's unfortunately terrible. And she's not alone, unfortunately. Women need to stand together when someone tries to humiliate and betray them like this, especially in such a public way. I let her know that I'm here for her. I told her to come down to Miami for a few weeks to forget about the situation. Now, honestly, I mean, let's be real. No shade to Camilla, but this, also sounds like Camilla's trying to get her as a guest on the podcast, which, but she's an interviewer. That's part of her job. That's what interviewers are going to do. Interviewers are going to reach out and they're going to, do the things. I'm pretty sure none of this is confirmed, at least by the time of me filming this, and most likely, potentially, maybe, possibly, the OnlyFans people just like kind of jumping on the trend. I don't know. Allegedly, it could be real. It very also, why would I think maybe it's not real? Because this guy is a skeezy bitch. He's a skeezy bitch. What do you mean you're cheating on your wife and your kids? What do you mean you're doing it on a jumbo? This is your skeezy bitch, dude. Just get, y'all, get me out of here. What is very real, though, is how the company Astronomer pulled the Uno reverse card of the century to capitalize on all their newfound attention and put an end to this cold, chaotic chapter. Instead of dropping another, corporate speak press release in the pettiest move ever, they hired none other than Chris Martin, singer of Coldplay, Chris Martin's ex-wife. They got his ex-wife! In a cheating scandal, they hire Chris Martin's ex-wife and Hollywood royalty, according to some, Gwyneth Paltrow, to film a statement on the company's behalf, which I'm sure cost them the equivalent of about, 45,000 Goop Yanni wellness eggs or whatever the I hate it here. Let's take a look before we crawl out of the cesspool and back into safer waters.
Thank you for your interest in Astronomer.
Y'all.
Hi, I'm Gwyneth Paltrow.
Y'all. Oh, y'all, I can't. We have lost the plot. We have officially lost the plot. I hate everything and everyone. Listen, look at her temporary spokesperson. She got the sleeves rolled. Oh my gosh. This is brilliant and so awful all at the same time. Let's watch.
I've been hired on a very temporary basis to speak on behalf of the 300 plus employees at Astronomer.
300 plus employees. And that's the other thing. When you're out here just shady in these streets, you dusted and busted in these streets, there are 300 people whose jobs could potentially be. What if investors pulled out of the company? People could be out of their jobs. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Astronomer has gotten a lot of questions over the last few days, and they wanted me to answer the most common ones. Yes.
That was actually funny. That was funny. That gave me a giggle. It was like, Gwyneth, what in the actual F? Like, they cut it off. That was funny.
Astronomer is the best place to run Apache Airflow, unifying the experience of running data, ML, and AI pipelines at scale. We've been thrilled so many people have a newfound interest in data workflow automation.
The way that they are trolling, this company is now trolling. Listen, there was this massive memed thing, went viral all over the world. They gave their corporate statement, the resignations, and now they're just trolling everybody.
As for the other questions we've received, yes, there is.
The question was, how is your social media team holding up? And they're putting the question in, but then she's answering something very completely different. It's well crafted.
Is still room available at our Beyond Analytics event in September. We will now be returning to what we do best, delivering game-changing results for our customers. Thank you for your interest in Astronomer.
That is so wild, y'all. Look at Gwyneth. She's literally the ex-wife of Chris Martin, which is such a troll. It is such a troll. And then I find out that the person who's behind this marketing campaign, I believe, is Ryan Reynolds and his marketing team, and he's done stuff like this in the past. It is such a troll. And there's like a couple of things that I think about this. Number one, it's like, okay, the company was like, they were like thrust into the spotlight in a very negative way, the way they weren't expecting. They had to take quick action. And now they're trying to, you know, make a joke out of it, get in on kind of like the comedy because everyone's been memeing it all over the world. So I understand that perspective. I also, there's like the other side of the coin is like, this is not a company that is like selling to consumers, like the general public. You know what I mean? It's not like a B2C company, business to consumer. It's a B2B. Like they sell their tech, their data, whatever the hell this is, AI stuff is that they do. They sell to other businesses. So it's very like internal type of a corporation. And so when they're making this big public thing, they're like appealing, I think, making like a trolling meme to the general public, but the public isn't their consumer. And so I don't entirely know how other businesses, how they would feel about this. I don't know. I really don't know. Now, other businesses are made up of human beings as well who all saw what happened. And, you know, everyone's just kind of taking the piss out of this dude and the cheaters. But I don't know what to think. I don't know how this will play out for the company. Maybe this was a great move for them to just kind of save face, and the trolling of the ex-wife of the Chris Martin of it all is like, maybe it works. Maybe some people don't think it's in good taste. I don't know. What do you think? You think this was a good idea or too much of a troll? Too much shade or the perfect shade? Let me know in the comments. The real sus in this story is pretty cut and dry to me. It lies not with the CEO, but with the CEC, the Chief Executive Cheaters, and creators of the latest TikTok dance, the duck and cover, Andy and Kristen. So welcome to the Suspool. But Suspirians, let me know who else you think may need a baptizing in the waters of the Suspool today. Maybe Chris Martin for calling them. I mean, no, he didn't. How did he know? He didn't know anything. Is Gwyneth being shady as hell, or is it well-placed shade? Or maybe, of all people, the Philadelphia Phillies mascot for also getting caught in the bleachers. Okay, Suspirians, time to step out of the dark waters of the Suspool. Grab a towel and dry off. That's what I got. What do you think of this wild story? Please do leave your thoughts in the comments. Keep it cute as always. If you want to hear more stories like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel and tickle the like button for more. Oh, also, again, I say it every time because every time I say it, then a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. A lot of you come back and watch week after week and you think you're subscribed, but you're not actually subscribed. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button. We have a good time over here. Also, let me know in the comments if you have any stories that you would like us to dip into. You can also, of course, grab your very own pieces from the new Suspool collection. We also have the Valid Ribcage and Unbroken collections, and I am working on some new designs for the fall season. I designed all of these pieces to have some fun while we dip into the Suspool of life, and I know you're gonna love them as much as I do. And please make sure to tag me with your outfit photos on Instagram. I love seeing you, and I like to share some of y'all on Instagram stories. Also, do follow me on Instagram. That's where I post most often, Instagram stories. I give a lot of updates on life, and I'm also posting a lot more on Instagram. I'm trying to be a real influencer, y'all. Can you help me get my Instagram to 150,000 followers? That would be incredible. I'm also on Twitter and now Bluesky, linked below. And I also announce opportunities to have your thoughts featured in my deep dives on my main channel, Swoop. I do have a brand new full deep dive Swoop documentary out. Finally, brand new. We did a full deep dive into the JoJo Siwa of it all, the huge scandal. I went into areas about some key players in this story that they were not being covered, and there is such a dark, sinister, just awful monster a part of that whole situation that people were just not talking about. So I dug all the way into this guy. Oh my gosh, it is awful. We also get into the trad wife of it all. It is a fascinating watch. It just went out on my channel. It would be a huge blessing to me if y'all would go and just click and watch and maybe even drop a comment on that video and engage with it, because oh my gosh, it has been so stressful being away for so long. And I've been working so hard on all of the content, and I hate to see something not perform simply because I had to take some time away to be with my family. So if you would watch that, I would appreciate that so much. Huge thank you to our channel members. I appreciate all of you. I hope you're enjoying the stickers, and a big thank you to our Patreon producers. We've been growing so much on Patreon. I love our Patreon community. You can join our Patreon right now. It's linked below to get exclusive access to 4 more videos per month. Yes, 4 more videos posting per month up on Patreon, as well as you get access to the entire back catalog of videos. We've got the exclusive Patreon only podcast, after school specials, all of the uncensored content and stuff that I can't post on this platform. Sometimes we break down like legal court cases and things that I literally cannot post about here, and we have such a good time on there. Huge thank you again to all of you for spending your time with me, and to Raycon for sponsoring and supporting our community. Go to buyraycon.com/swoop2, that's swoop TOO, to get 20% off fan favorite everyday earbuds classic, and treat yourself to incredible audio, active noise cancellation, all at half the price, because you deserve it, honey. Thanks for coming for a swim. Have a good day out there. Keep it creepy, keep it cute, and I'll see you next time in the Suspool. Swoop!